Like in number 3, cosine of x is a function whose series we should have memorized. So A1 and A2 should take you just a couple of seconds. If you needed to start from scratch and use the Taylor formula to generate the Taylor series, the Maclaurin series, Taylor series, whichever, then you're wasting a lot of time. I will not generate this from scratch, this one, like I did in 3A. We're just going to presume that you have this series memorized. All right, first 4 terms. The instructions should have asked for the first 4 non-zero terms, which is what I've given here. But some people included the 0 terms, and that was okay since the instructions should have said this. All right, what about summation notation? There's the series in summation notation. And finally, the interval of convergence. This series converges for all real numbers. So the interval is from negative infinity to infinity. Here we go again. To come up with a series for this function, some of you generated it from scratch. So much work. Some of you use the idea that this function's derivative is 1 over 1 plus x, which is 1 over 1 minus a negative x. And you came up with a series for that because it's a geometric series. And then you did the integral dx and solved for c. But what you should have done, like 3a and 4a, is we should know the natural log series by heart. And then we'll do this translation. In other words, we should know that for the natural log of x, its series is this. This should be memorized, and that's the interval of convergence. That's for the natural log of x. So if we do this translation, then we are substituting this expression in for the input x. Everywhere you see an x, we are going to put in x plus 1, and then we'll have the natural log of x plus 1. So x plus 1 minus 1 is just x. Again, x plus 1 getting put in for x plus 1 here, minus 1, we're left with just x squared over 2, and so on. Now, what about the interval of convergence? Well, this was a horizontal translation, 1 unit to the left, and therefore our interval of convergence will be from -1 to 1, half open, half closed. There are the first 4 non-zero terms of the series. There is the series in summation notation, starting at 1. Of course, you could have started at 0, and that would change things a little bit. But make sure that when you start with your lower index value, your first term is x. And it is in this case. And it's 2 in this case, I have minus x squared over 2, etc. Okay. The interval of convergence is from -1 to 1, half open, half closed, as we discussed earlier by the horizontal translation. All right, that concludes 4A and 4B.